morning, everybody. I want to shoot a quick video about UPS seasonal driving. I did this a couple years ago. You typically start in October, you run till Christmas. I did it in the Minneapolis area. Some of the pros and cons I want to talk about of it is the job and kind of what you're doing, day-to-day activity. So when I would show up to work, first things, is it's slip seat tractor. So you go out, you pick out a tractor. Typically, I would run to the rail yard in Minneapolis, pick up, a loaded trailer, bring it back to the yard. Typically, sometimes I would take an empty container to the rail yard. Sometimes I take an empty trailer, set of doubles, whatever. You end up pulling a lot of doubles with this. So if you have no doubles experience, they'll get you up to speed real quick. The first week you hire on is training. So you do your first week, it's like 40, 50 hours a week, that week of training. The first couple days you're kind of riding along, getting the hang of things, and then, they kind of get you working, hooking up some doubles, going through procedures of hauling containers. It's good experience. It gives you a nice range of work experience. But my thought is, I wouldn't quit my job. I wouldn't go do this. I had just moved to Minneapolis, and I was just looking for some, wintertime work. And so I gave it a shot. Due to the contract, they can't actually hire you on in most places, because if it's a union spot, most unions have the contract set up where they can't hire the seasonal workers until the last day of October. So that's when I was hired on, October 1st. My last day working there was January 5th. But it kind of started out, went through training, got that done, and then they kind of keep you really, local. The rail yard was maybe 10 miles away from the depot I was working at. So my first week was a lot of just running stuff back and forth to the rail yard, maybe take a single trailer out. They kind of give you a little fill out, they want to see how you do, your time management, things like that for the first week or two. But yeah, wouldn't quit my job to go do it. It does pay good. I was getting $28 an hour plus overtime, and I mean, they're 60 hours a week if you want it. They run on a 60-hour week schedule there. Off on the weekends. So, I mean, it's 12 hours a day for, 5 days a week. You get you 60 hours in, you go home. It was good money. It's good experience. I did like that. No benefits. You're a temporary, you're a seasonal worker. So I hired on. Once I got through my little fill out phase, they had me doing some pulling some containers back and forth to the rail yard. I usually start my night out with that, just so they could, get everything situated and get some doubles hooked up and get some, get some work ready for you. So some nights I might do a little yard switching. Didn't do much of that. They had other guys that like to do that, and I wasn't too fond of that. So ended up running doubles, like from Minneapolis to St. Cloud, and then drop those doubles, hook up a set of empty doubles, bring them back, and then when I got done with that, I'd get another set, go back to St. Cloud, come back. Usually 2 runs a night. Some nights, go to different depots, just whatever they need you to do. You're the fill-in, you're the extra. You catch the extra work. So you do sit around quite a bit with that. Sometimes later in the night, waiting on those last like air freight trailers to come in and stuff, so they can separate them or sort them. Some stuff comes pre-sorted into the depot. But yeah, it's not a bad job overall, guys. If you want some extra money for the holidays, there were several guys that worked there that did it every winter. They were semi-retired. Guys been driving for a long time. They would come in and just put in 2 months of work and then go home. Like I say, after Christmas, you're not going to get 60 hours a week. Like the day after Christmas, it goes down to like 4 or 5 hours a day if you're lucky. They put you on a call-in status. Um, you know, it's not a. It's definitely. And they told me they had never had any driver hired on from seasonal to a full-time position, because I kind of thought that, hey, maybe if I can work seasonal, but there's guys that's been doing that seasonal job there in Minneapolis for 4 or 5 years and had never had an opportunity to get hired on. It's tough getting hired on as a semi driver at UPS straight on. Um, some of the guys that work there, 30, 40, 50 years of seniority. They don't quit once they get into that job. It's gravy. As far as the money versus the work, it's good money. But yeah, just wanted to shoot a little quick video about that. I've been seeing a lot of ads about seasonal work with UPS the last couple weeks, so just thought I'd throw my experience out there, let you know kind of what to expect, how things work. I noticed when I was there, there were maybe too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Because some days in a 12-hour shift, I would have 3 supervisors. I'd come in, the first 2 hours would be under one guy. He'd go home, new guy come in, start his shift, work 8 hours, and then that guy go home, and then another guy come in, another 2-3 hours under another guy. So some days you'll have 3 supervisors in your 12-hour shift. Kind of gets a little annoying though, because one will tell you to do something and the other one will tell you to do something else, so you got to kind of work that out. But overall, not a bad experience. It's really good money. Make some good money for the holidays if you're semi-retired or just new to an area looking to get into a job quick, because the process of hiring is pretty quick. But that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Thanks.